Hello students, I am Sridhar Jalapati and welcome to my YouTube channel Sridhar Jalapati Aptitude Classes. In this video, I am going to explain you Tech Mahindra 2021 Off-Campus Recruitment Drive aptitude questions which are asked on 1st of April, that is day 1, today itself, and the test slot is from 1st April to 5th April. I hope you might have got the mail regarding this test slot and date. If not, you can contact Tech Mahindra people. They have provided a mail ID for queries. Now, I have already made a video titled as part 1 in which I have explained 15 questions from aptitude section. By the way, you all know the test pattern that in Tech Mahindra, they are going to ask 75 questions from aptitude section, 30 from logical reasoning, 10 from quantitative ability and some 35 questions from English language, that is grammar part. I am going to explain you the logical reasoning as well as quantitative ability part section questions, and this is part 2 video. If you have not watched part 1 video, do watch that. I will be providing the link in the description as well. At the same time, these questions PDF is available in my Telegram channel. You can subscribe to my Telegram channel for the free PDF material, and the link of my Telegram channel will be provided in the description as well. Before you continue watching the video, do subscribe to my channel. And you need to encourage my effort and the hard work that I am putting in preparing these videos. Let's start our discussion. Now here is the first one. There are 5 people, L, M, N, O and P. M is taller than only P, and O is taller than P and M both. O is smaller than some arrangement is given, right? So it's clearly there are 5 people, so I am arranging them. 1 being the tallest. I am taking the 1 being the tallest and I am numbering them. So in my opinion, 1 is tallest, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is tallest and this is shortest. You can arrange in vice versa, that is up to you. But you need to have clarity in what you are actually arranging. In your arrangement, 1 is what? That you should know. So here it is given P is taller than only P, M is taller than only P. M is taller than only P, that means M is 4th and P is 5th. M is taller than only P. And O is taller than P, O is taller than P and M both. O is taller than P and M both. So O can be here or here or here. So far I don't have any clarity. But O is smaller than L. This O is smaller than L. So O cannot be the tallest. O is smaller than both L and N. Both L and N. So therefore, as O is smaller than or shorter than both L and N, so I should take O here. Now N is not the tallest, so if N is not the tallest, obviously L is the tallest, N here, and this O is smaller than both L and N. Now question is, how if O is taller than how O is taller than how many people? O is taller than how many people? 2 people. So answer second option. A simple arrangement according to the heights information provided in the question. Right? Let's move to the next one. This is from non-verbal reasoning. I think there are some 5 to 6 questions asked from non-verbal reasoning. People also call it as figure series. A series of figures will be given to you. You have to find the missing one or the next one. So here, let's see what is the answer for this question. Now, there is some arrangement, a triangle is mixed and then a circle inside, and this horizontal line actually has become half. That means left side is taken over and the circle has come in the next box, upside down. Circle has become upside down. So here also circle has become upside down. Here also the circle should become upside down. So circle should come in the second half. So circle should come in the second half. So option 5 or 2 or 3. Right? And then next, if you see, the left part of the lines are taken out. The left part of the lines are taken out. So this part should be taken out. So therefore, I feel the answer for this question is option 2. Option 2. Circle should become upside down and the left part of the line should be taken out. So answer option 2 is the correct one. Right? Yes. Next question. From syllogisms. All bats are phones, all bats are phones, and all lamps are also phones. All lamps are also phones. Now conclusions. First conclusion, some lamps are bats. Are some lamps bats? No, lamps and bats are not intersecting, so false. Second, no lamp is bat. First of all, this is a negative conclusion, and lamps or bats are not intersecting, so this no lamp is bat has become true. But since this is negative conclusion, this is true only in the basic Venn diagram. Now can you draw a diagram where you can prove this false? By the way, when no lamp is bat become false, if you can prove some lamps are bats, if you can prove some lamps are bats, this become false. So now I am drawing the diagram for these statements like this. All bats are phones and all lamps also phones. So I have drawn this diagram without disturbing the statements, and in this process bats and lamps have intersected, so this no lamp is bat has become false. But if you see here, conclusion 1 and 2 are complementary. Some and no are complementary pairs. So when positive was false, negative has become true. When I proved this negative was false, now this some lamps or bats has become true. In this, some lamps or bats has become true. So therefore answer either 1 or 2 follows. I think in part 1 video also I have explained a question, similar question. So that means they are asking one question definitely of this format in all the slots of the exam. They are changing the words, the terminology, but the pattern is similar. So conclusion, you are going to get minimum 3 questions from syllogisms out of 30 questions from logical reasoning. That's what I told you in my last video. I'm again telling you, these videos will help you to get an idea what kind of questions, what pattern of questions you are going to get. You will be lucky if you get the same question. Definitely you may get, because these are original questions. These are not sample paper or mock test questions, original. But in tomorrow's exam or day after tomorrow's exam, you may get the same questions or similar kind of questions. So here answer either 1 or 2 follows, right? Let's move to the next. XYZ service center washes 40% of the cars and polishes 80% of the cars. They wash 40% of the cars and they polishes 80% of the cars. They charge rupees 700 for washing and 500 for polishing. If 20% of the customers who opt for washing also get their cars polishing, and if the service center has total 75 customers, what is the income they are getting by servicing the cars? So when you read the information initially may appear a little difficult, but all the information is very clear in the question. So first of all, total 75 customers. In these 75 customers, how many opt for washing? 40%. So what is 40% of 75? 40% is nothing but 2 by 5. So which is 30. And how many opt for polishing? 80%. 80% to 75. 80% is 4 by 5. 80% is 4 by 5. So which is 60. 60 customers opt for polishing. It is also given that 20% of the customers who opt for washing also opt for polished. So how many customers opt for washing? 30. In the 20% of 30, which is 6, these opt for washing as well as polishing. Right? Now if I write, first of all, total 30 opt for washing. In that 6 are opting for washing and polishing also. So only washing 24. Only polishing. From that 60, 20 for 6 are washing also. So 54 and both 6. Right? Now let us calculate the money. It's given that 500 rupees for washing. So 24 customers, 500 rupees for washing, and 54 customers, 700 for washing. 700 for washing, 500 for polishing, plus 6 people for both. What is the charge for both? 700 plus 500, 1200. Right? So if I simplify, this is going to be 24 sevens, 168. So 16,800 plus 54 fives, 270, 27,000 plus 6 12 72, 7,200. So if I simplify all these, now 16,800 plus 7,200, 24,000 plus 27,000, 51,000. So the total income is 51,000 rupees. That is option D. It's very simple. You just have to find out how many are given for washing, how many have given for polishing, how many of you given for both, and then calculate the money. We are given 700 for washing for each customer, 500 for polishing from each customer, 1200 for both polishing and washing. Right? Yes. So answer 51,000. Next question, again from non-verbal reasoning. Now a triangle in that shaded lines, and that is now upside down. Pentagon, shaded lines, now that has become upside down. Hexagon, shaded lines. Hexagon, even if you make it upside down, it appears to be same. And by the among the options, there is only one hexagon. This is not hexagon, this is not hexagon, this is not hexagon. But here there is a gap, so I think option 1 is the correct. A simple non-verbal reasoning question. Right? Yes. Next one. Next question. From blood relations. A has a brother B. So A has a brother B, that means B is male. And A is the son of C. This A is the son of C, so that means again A is male. So these two are brothers. Right? And D is C's father. D is C's father. So C's father is a D. So being a father, D is male. And how is B related to D? How is B related to D? By the way, for D, C can be either male or female, whatever, so child. And sons or daughter, child's son is grandson. So how is B related to D? Grandson. B related to D as grandson. Because D's children C's, D's child C's son is B. So therefore sons or child son is grandson. Next question. Billy earns more than Rachel. Here it is given that Billy earns more than Rachel. So B greater than R. Martha earns less than Billy. Martha earns less than Billy. Or I can write Billy earns more than Martha. So from these two, Billy earns more than Rachel, Billy earns more than Martha. Now third, Martha and Rachel earns equally. First of all, what is the question? If the first two statements are true, then what about the third? If the first two statements are true, obviously Billy earns more than Rachel and Martha. But between Rachel and Martha, we don't know whether they earn equally, whether R greater than M, M greater than R, whether both are equal. We have no information. So therefore, answer uncertain. Regarding the third statement, we cannot say anything. Uncertain. Right? Yes. Next question. Similar kind of question. Sam scored more marks in English than Alexa. So Sam scored more than Alexa. And Alexa scored lesser marks in English than Carol. So Alexa scored lesser than Carol. That means again Carol scored more than Alexa. Sam scored more than Alexa. Carol scored more than Alexa. Now Carol doesn't score highest in English among Sam, Alexa and herself. Now first of all, again, if the first two statements are true, then the third statement is. Again, if the first two are true, we can say that Sam score more than Alexa, Carol score more than Alexa. So that means Alexa scored less between these two. So Carola doesn't score highest, obviously. So that is true. Carola doesn't score... Carola doesn't score highest. We do not know, because here Sam score greater than Alexa, Carol greater than Alexa. Between Sam and Carol, we do not know who is greater, who scored more. So it can be Sam greater than Carol or Carol greater than Sam. So we do not know who scores highest. Therefore, again this one also uncertain. Answer uncertain. Here also uncertain. We can clearly say that Alex scored least. We can clearly say that Alex scored least, but who scored highest between Sam and Carol, we do not know. So therefore again uncertain. Right. Next question. Again from non-verbal reasoning, figure series is given. Now if you see, let me change the color so that you will be able to identify. So here this is kind of truck with two wheels. A truck with two wheels, some extra box is added here. Two extra boxes added here. Then here also two extra boxes and one shaded line, one dot line, extra dot line, two extra dot lines, three extra here and four extra here. So if you see clearly, from here onwards in every box one extra dot line is getting increased. 1, 2 here, then 3 here, 4 here, next should be 5. Next should be 5 and that should be below. That should be below. So I think option 5. I don't have the question exactly. If option 5 has this dotted line below, that is the answer. If the option 5 doesn't have this dotted line, then first is the answer. Right? You can check it. I mean, I did not get the complete question. When the person has taken the screenshot, some part of the question got missed. But it is a very simple question. If you see here, the dotted lines are getting increased from figure to figure. Here 1 dotted line, 2 dotted lines, 3 dotted lines, 4, next should be 5. This cannot be answer, this cannot be answer. So answer is going to be 1 between these two. If this has dotted line, that is the answer. Otherwise first. Right, next one. Varsha walks 20 meter in the east. So let this be starting point, and she walks 20 meter in the east. This is starting point, S. And takes right turn and walks 20 meter. Now she is facing east, takes right turn is nothing but downward direction and walks 20 meter. She turns to her right. Now she is facing south. Taking her right is our left because she is facing south and walks 10 meter. So 10 meter is somewhere here because this total is 20. So I need somewhere half I should take. And now after that she and turns to her left. Now she is facing in this direction. So taking left is again downward direction and she walks 30 meter. Right. And she again turns to her right. Now she is facing south. So taking right is this way and walks 30 meters. So this is 10 and another 20, 30 meters. So finally she is here. This is final point. By the way, here you are not asked to find the distance. You are just asked to find in which direction with respect to the starting point she is facing now. So this is the starting point. With respect to starting point, if she is exactly below north, if she is exactly left side west, now she is in between north and west. So answer, sorry, this is south. If she is exactly below south, if she is exactly left west, so she is in between south and west. So answer southwest. Option 2, southwest. She is in between south and west, southwest. So with respect to starting point, she is facing in southwest direction. That is option 2. Directions question, right? Okay. Next one from coding and decoding. If we code Angelina Jolie as AJ, Angelina Jolie AJ, Barack Obama BO, and Kelly Brook coded as KB. I don't know why they have asked this question. There is nothing in it. Even a school student, 3rd, 4th class student can answer this. If there is any hidden logic in this, I'm sorry. But as far as I know, Angelina Jolie AJ, Barack Obama BO, so Kelly Brook KB. Right? Yeah. Next one. Again regarding the arrangement. Among LMNOP, 5 people, each have different heights. So again let me arrange them according to their heights. So I'm taking this as let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people, right? Now the one who is the second smallest is 72. So in my notation, 1 is the tallest and 5 is the smallest. So who is second smallest? 4th. And who is that person? We do not know. So he is 72 centimeter. The one who is second smallest is 72 centimeter and n is 92. N is 92. And only one person is taller than n. Only one person is taller than n. That means n must be second and is 92 centimeter taller. Right? P is taller than L but smaller than O. O is not the tallest. Now first of all, look at this arrangement. P is taller than L but P is smaller than O. So what should be the arrangement? It should be something like OPL. So in the remaining gaps, if I take, by the way, he has already given O is not the tallest. So therefore this must be O, then this should be P and this should be L. To satisfy this condition, this is the only possibility for OPL because it's given already O is not the tallest. So now who is left out? Who is left out? M, because we got NOPL M and he is the tallest. Now which among the following is most likely to be the M's height? By the way, M is tallest. If N is already 92 and if M is tallest, don't you think M height should be more than that? Among options, how many are there which are more than 92? Only one. So therefore answer option 3. From this information, it's very clear that M is the tallest. As already n is 92, if m is tallest, m should be greater than n. So only one option which is greater than n, that is 95 centimeter. Very tricky question, but if you follow the information carefully, simple. Normally what happens, while answering these questions at home, you would find them very easy. But in the exam, when you are under pressure, where time is very less and you need to answer more number of questions and you have some kind of pressure in your mind that whether you will clear the first round or not, whether you will be called for second round or not. So in all those situations, circumstances, easy questions also appear difficult. So you need to learn how to handle the pressure. How do you handle the pressure? Simple. You cannot change the result. Only thing is you have to give your inputs. So give your best and rest is not in your hands. You just have to give your best while taking the exam. So don't think about too many things when you are writing the exam, whether I will be selected or not, next questions are going to be easy or not. So you just have to keep yourself calm and compose. Let's move to the next question from coding. In a certain code language, Yemen is this, and what is Uganda in the same language? So Y25 has become Z26, so +1. E5 has become D4, so -1. Again M13 has become N14, so +1. So it's very clear, alternate +1, -1, +1. First +1. Remember, first +1. So Uganda U +1 V, then -1 F, then +1 B, then -1 M, and +1 E, and -1 Z. A -1 is Z. So VFB MEZ. Second option, VFB MEZ. A simple coding and decoding question. Right. Next one, from syllogisms again, statements followed by conclusions. First one, all jets are phones. All jets are phones, and some phones are chairs. Some phones are chairs. First conclusion, some jets are chairs? No. Second, some chairs are jets? No. Third, some chairs are phones? Yes, some chairs are phones. Third one is true. Some trains are jets. By the way, train is something which is not at all there in the statement. So fourth one cannot be conclusion at all, because there is something which is not there in the statement. So now answer only 3. First option, only 3 follows. Only 3 follows. Why this question has become very simple? Because the statements are positive, conclusions are also positive. Right? Yes. Let's move to the next question. I think this is again regarding arrangement. Now, in a long row of students, Vivek is 18th from the left hand. So if this is the long row of students, let us assume they are all facing north, assume. So Vivek is 18th from the left. So let this be, let this be Vivek, and he is 18th from the left hand. So how many to his left hand side? 17. And Mukun is 22nd from the right hand. So Mukun is 22nd from the right hand. So if I take Mukun here, he is 22nd from the right hand. So how many to his right hand side? 21. Right? And Preeti is 19th from the right of the Vivek. From the right of the Vivek, 19th. And third from the right of Mukun. So third from the right of Mukun is Preeti. So if I take Preeti here, she is third from the right of Mukun. So how many between Mukun and Preeti? 2 people. As she is third from the right of Mukun, between Mukun and Preeti there are 2 people, and the same Preeti is 19th from the right of Vivek. From the right of Vivek, this position of Preeti is 19. So if this is 19, then how many to our left hand side? 18. Already 2 are here. So how many between Vivek and Mukun? 16. Between Vivek and Mukun, 16. Now you are asked to find total number of people. So 17 plus 16 plus 2 plus 21, and Vivek, Mukun and Preeti. I have to add those 3 also. So this is 33 plus 22, 35 plus 21, 56, 57, 58, 59. So total number of people 59. Right? Again, you just need to be very careful while taking the number of members from left and right. So I think this is correct answer. And in case if you want explanation once again, you can rewind the video and you can listen to this again. Next question. Find the missing number in the series. A very simple number series question. 8, 16 plus 8 plus 8. So plus 8, 32. Again plus 8, again plus 8. So answer 32. Missing number. You will be lucky to get these kind of questions. Right? So these are the questions which I have selected for part 2 video. As I said, total I have gathered some 60 plus questions. I have already explained 15 in part 1 and these 15 in part 2. I will be providing the PDF of these questions in my Telegram channel link. Link will be provided in the description. And do subscribe to my channel. That is the only thing what I am expecting from you. All these videos are simply for free of cost. You need to encourage my work. You need to encourage the effort that I am putting in preparing these videos. Thanks a lot. We will be back again with part 3 video of these Tech Mahindra questions.